Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Street Coder Nate, and in this channel, I'm teaching y'all to street code or the street code, however you want to put it. But today, we're about to get into some real stuff. We get into folder structure, how to structure your folder so that you don't have all these files all over the place as you're coding. Now, this is supposed to be a coding channel. I got that. But I just have people who come to me all the time who need coding help. And then I'm like, all right, open this file up. And they're like, what file? They'd be like, I don't know where it's at. And I'm be like, bro, like, how don't you know where your code at on your system? And so before we even get into coding, yesterday I taught y'all about y'all development environment. Now I'm teaching y'all about folder structure. Structure is very, 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 very important so that you know where all your code is at every single time. Now, let me hop into the lesson so that we can set up our folders correctly. So let's see. Once again, the importance of the folder structure. So if I was to pull up Visual Studio Code over here, let me say Visual Studio Code like that. A new empty blank Visual Studio Code opens up, but like, where's the code, right? Like, where is it at? And so on our system, our code could live like literally anywhere. It could live anywhere. And so there's this concept of folders on computers, like a folder structure. Let me show you. Let me open up my Finder. And on Windows, Finder is typically called like File Explorer or something. And so right now I'm in my documents. You can see in my documents I have a Zoom folder, a Tutoring Biz folder, and a YouTube folder. And so on this channel, in this playlist specifically, we'll be doing front end stuff. So you know what? I'm gonna make a new folder called front end work or something like that. So let's call it front end. We'll call it front end. I'm gonna call it lowercase front end. And I usually do underscores work if I need to do space. Bang. So now all my front end work that I do on this channel is gonna go inside that folder. That makes sense? So we can click inside this folder. Obviously, there is nothing inside this folder, but we can start adding different files and folders inside of this folder. So how I like to structure my projects is that for each project, I create a folder. And so let's just create an example project right now. So I'll just go example, project like these. Bang, right? So we got our example project folder. And now inside the example project folder, I can add all the files for this example project folder. So let's say I need an index.html file. Let's see, do you want to have extension add to the extended? Are you sure you want that? Yep, cool. So we got oh wait, I made it a folder. My bad. Let me delete that. All right, so cool. You can have your example project right here. And so now we know, like, if I tell you to go open your example project that we worked on last time, what you would do is go to your documents, and then you go to your front end work, and then you go to your example project. As you can see, there's no files there, but we're about to use Visual Studio Code right now to add the files. So once again, we're in Finder, and our current path is, excuse me, our current path is front end, or our current path is actually documents, front end work, example project. So that's what we're going to go open over here in Visual Studio Code. So if I ever told you to open a project while we were tutoring or something, and you didn't know where to open it, now you can kind of refer back to what we just did. In order to open a project, we have to come up here to where it says file. You see it says code, file, and all the other stuff. On Windows, it looks a little different. It will be in this top bar right here. But instead it's right here. And so we go to file, and then you see we got all these other options. You got new file, new window, open workspace, open recent, add file folder. What we're interested in is the open. So you see that there's also a shortcut that I usually use is Command O. So I'm gonna come over here, Command O, which is open. Yep. And now I want to go open the project that I just created the folder for. So we go to documents, once again, front end work, and then our example project. And all the other projects that we create will be aligned right here. And then we can open it just like that. And as you can see, now this becomes at the top. It's kind of hard to see, but this becomes example project. I can't really zoom in on it. It won't let me zoom. Okay, but it becomes example project. And so now we have, oh, actually you can see it over here as well. You can see that right above my head, it says example project right there. And so that's we just opened up that folder. And so the cool part about it is now that we're inside of Visual Studio Code, we can add files. So remember I tried to add my index.html file, but I was adding the wrong thing, HTML. There we go. So now we got our index.html file here. Are you using a screen reader to operate VSCode? No. And then real quick, we just go something like these. All right, my bad. Just go something like this and get some code. Okay, so quick and easy, just like that. And we just say H1 will be hello world. Okay, so we made a quick little project. Actually, I'm tired of hello world. We own that. What up, though? Tip. All right, cool. So this is we got an HTML file here. So we can also add some CSS files. So let's add a styles.css like that. Cool. So now in our example project, remember this is just a folder. Inside of it, we have an index.html file and a styles.css file. Okay, cool. So let's see what that looks like in a file explorer now. Back to the Finder, we go here, and we go back to our documents, front end, example project, and you see that our HTML file that we just created is right there, in our styles.css that we just created is in our folder. So whenever now we want to open up this folder, or we want to open up our example project, it will always have these files in it right now. And this is very, very important. So let me try to, I'm gonna close out this project. Let's see if I can just close it out, like remove from workspace. Nope. Okay, so what we gonna do, we probably gotta open another project. So I'm gonna open, I think I got a couple projects on here. I can open real quick. Let's go to downloads. Let's just do that one real quick. So I'm gonna open this folder. Cool. Open that folder, and now I'm in a different project, right? You open this, you'll see that I have like different stuff. This is not the HTML. You don't see the HTML. What you see, it says, it should say like Mars rover or something like that. Yep, Mars rover. That's the Mars rover project that I'm working on. And so let's say I was working on my Mars rover project, and then I'm like, you know what? I need to work on my example project, or example_project. Let me open that up in Visual Studio Code. So what we do here is go File, Open, and for PC it may be like Open Folder, but you want to do that. So go to Documents, go to your front end work, go to your example project, and you just click Open. And now you'll see that you have your index.html and your styles.css. This is how to structure your code properly. Now, this is very, very important, because if you don't do this, your files, you can see, like once your project starts getting bigger and bigger, you're gonna have more and more files. You want to keep them in the same like root folder for the project. You create a folder for each project, and you add all the files and folders that need to be inside of that folder right there. Like we can even add a folder inside this project. Let's call this assets. Like let's say we got some images or something. And so now we got an assets folder, and if we come back, best believe that it is over here in our example project inside the Finder. So what we doing whatever we do up in Visual Studio Code, when we create in files, it reflects right back in our Finder/File Explorer. That makes a lot of sense, right? So now we can manipulate our data in here. or we can set up our projects out here, pretty much set up the project folder outside of the actual Visual Studio Code, then go inside of Visual Studio Code and load that project in. That's very, very significant. Okay, so that, like, y'all made it. Like, congratulations, y'all made it to the end. Y'all set up y'all learned how to set up a file or set up a folder structure. Yesterday y'all learned your dev environment. Now you learned how to set up your folder structure. Next is we on to HTML. Like, next we on to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You saw me write a little bit of HTML here, probably a little confusing, but we gonna get into it in these next videos. You're gonna be a front end master by the time you finish these videos. Congratulations, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Also drop a subscribe, drop a like. I'm about to get down in these videos, y'all. Y'all know I'm about to get down. Y'all gonna get down. We all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn the street code. Peace.